On the mic tonight, Nade the Great joins me.
Hello.
And DD Lux, but he's not here right now. He's actually standing in line at McDonald's. So he'll he'll be here eventually. But yeah,
Yes.
right now he's going to get food. So that's great. Okay, are both of you guys ready to go then?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'll count you guys down, 3, 2, 1, and then I will go ahead and start. And yeah, good luck to you both.
Good luck.
Good
Okay,
luck.
3, 2, 1, go. GLGL.
GL.
Yay.
All right, and away they go in a sec. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and get that synced a little bit. All right, and they're off. Does the game audio sound good? Do we sound good? Nothing's actually super loud, super quiet. Hopefully everything sounds good. I turned up the mics because I noticed yesterday I was a little quiet when I did the DKR.
Fullaire's in the lead.
Yeah. Chile has to sit through the text. Good old Xbox. But Chile does have a lot more time to play with than Fullaire here. Chile's PB is a 2:13:38, and Fullaire still has a 2:17:14. So she's got a pretty long hill to climb. However, in the winter finals, Chile did finish with a 2:18. But that was back when his PB was a 2:16, so never know what's gonna happen. Let me go ahead and turn you up just so you're.
Okay.
There we go. No, Go-Go. If Fullaire wins and forces the reset, it's they're gonna reschedule on another day. I don't have the time available tonight to do 2 runs in a row. As
I don't think I can commentate that long.
yeah, as I do have work at 6 a.m. So wins randomizer glitchless trotless damageless 100%. Yeah, about that.
Maybe when the rando is completely done, there could be a tournament of it. Maybe.
Maybe when more than the number of people you can count on one hand have done damageless.
Yeah.
Alright, Fullaire going for bottle skip. Makes it over with the old bottle skip. Very nice, very safe. And it looks like she accidentally reset her timer, so
Uh-oh.
she's not gonna have a timer going for this run for us to compare her times to, so
Rip.
yeah. At least we know from our timer that she's good.
Yeah.
Alright, Chile gets bottle skip too.
Yeah, Asmi, he's been getting some nice PBs.
Yeah. I mean, it's just funny how the novice tournament brings people out. I mean, obviously Chile didn't PB that much in the first novice tournament, so much, so he was able to join the second one. Because I think he was #1 seed in the first tournament, or something like that. He was pretty close, I think, maybe top 5. But then me, Gage, and Schlongster kind of rocketed our PBs to mid 214/213.
Right.
So this is Chile's chance. His second novice tournament. Winner and losers is just where they came from in the bracket. So Chile actually hasn't dropped a match. So he came from winner's bracket to the grand final, whereas Fullaire was defeated in the put into losers bracket by Chile in the winner final. So basically, Fullaire needs to beat Chile twice in order to win the tournament. So if she ends up winning tonight, they'll have to reschedule another match. All right. Ooh.
So to quickly mention, Chili's gonna have to collect all 5 tokens and use the termite because he can't do slope abuse in termite hill. That was pretty well done by Fullaire.
Got stuck under the one ledge for just a second, but overall, pretty clean. This, I remember seeing seeing this MT route quite a bit that Chile was doing from the Xbox MT or MM 100% tournament. Well, I guess it was trotless too, so.
Yeah.
Xbox trotless Mumbo's Mountain
Big
tournament.
meme.
I don't think I saved any VODs from that tournament. It was a pretty scuffed tournament, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just so used to saying MT.
Oh yeah, Ma'am Temple.
Yeah. Not that MT Hundo is that popular of a category, but
That's the first category I did for 2E.
Alright, Fullaire doesn't quite get the jump over to Chimpy's Jiggy. But just a few seconds lost. Meanwhile, Chile, he's just approaching Conga too.
And Chile gets to skip out on learning eggs because he already learned the file on his FFM.
Yeah.
Because talking to bottles is too long.
Kind of unfortunate because he has to collect eggs along the way as he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I assume that the Xbox route is all like pretty catered towards picking up eggs along the right the way.
You get
And,
the one
and
in
feathers, right?
Yeah, and feathers. So you got to be strategic about what feathers you grab and don't waste any. So Chile's gonna try and grab all the eggs over here before he goes to Congo.
So he got it nice and good.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because he's gonna have to go over and do a Juju.
He already did Juju. That's the first thing he did.
Oh right, because you already have eggs learned. Duh.
Yeah.
Duh, and then you just collect the eggs from around the huts.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, oh, he didn't have eggs learned, so he has to go do eggs. Yeah. Chile should be roughly a minute behind. We'll be able to see. I'll have to keep a track on what Fullaire's levels or time is between levels. But I'm not sure what route Chile does, or if there's like any sort of difference in route on Xbox. I'm pretty sure
he does the normal no RBA route.
he does normal no RBA. Okay,
Yeah.
I know Fullaire does reverse RBA.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a little bit of a difference then.
You can notice Chile's avoiding the Jiggies because he's gonna grab them all as the termite.
Gobies before MMM and FP.
Yep.
Yep. I really like that route too. Just because you get the... Well, I do FP... I think I do FP before...
Nice.
I actually don't remember the order. It's been so long since I've run the game. I'm pretty sure I do Gobies first. Just because, like, it wasn't... Like, even when I did the other route, like, I still always did Gobies first. Just because having the tokens is, good.
Yeah.
Oh, Fullaire started her timer when she left Mumbo's. So I guess it still counts for segment time, so.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pesky termite. Oh, good RNG.
Yeah, 809 is pretty good. She didn't really have any major mistakes at all. There was like, you know, the occasional movement thing here, like the triangle notes and that one ledge in Ticker's Tower, but other than that, like everything was pretty clean. And chimpy, I guess.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she can just keep the timer going and then add 809. That makes sense. Alright, Chile heading for the exit to the level.
917. Nice.
It's too bad I don't have Chile's audio on. I really like the sound that the termite makes when it walks with its legs.
Yeah.
Just that little clicking sound.
Yep. Well, it's over now, so.
Yeah. Gone forever and ever.
Won't be seen on Banjo Race for a very long time, if you even hear it again.
Yeah, there's a lot of little sounds in this game I like. Like, I love the way the pumpkin bounces. Just the sound it
Yes.
makes.
Mhm.
Oh, boing, 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 boing. Yeah. I mean, you could always have a N64 1.2. Did this game have 1.2? I don't think it did.
I don't think so.
I think it's just 1.0, 1.1. I think very few games had a 1.2 release.
Hello.
Hello. How was your line at McDonald's?
I will. Let me explain that. Let me get the tab open first. I have the chat open, but I don't have the gameplay open yet.
It's okay, I'm streaming on the Discord.
Oh, you know what? I'll watch that. That's easy.
Yeah, you won't have audio, but you'll have up-to-date video.
That's perfectly fine.
Perfect.
All right, dude. Like, okay, this is the second time I've ever been to this McDonald's because I moved. Dude, I swear, you never have a smooth experience at, like, McDonald's. But, like, I was probably in line for 30 minutes right there, like, 20 to 30 minutes. Because this dude behind me was yelling in the first line of the drive-thru at the poor, like, lady that was, like, working the drive-thru. Like, just, like, for no reason. Like, he didn't order his food. He was just like, yo! But, like, angry. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's weird, whatever. And then it takes forever. He takes up that line, so I have to go through the other line. The other line takes forever. And I'm the second to last person. And this dude in this SUV is sitting there for like 10 minutes arguing with the poor guy at the window. I don't know what about. Like, probably like his Big Mac was probably missing like a tomato or something.
Oh no,
And-
Fullaire!
Oh, it just sucked. Oh, did she just fall?
Yeah,
She landed on the note.
Rip, I hate that.
Yeah.
So catch me up to speed. Did anything happen at all in Mumbos, or are they pretty even?
No, pretty solid so far.
Yeah,
Nice.
both of them had pretty good mumbos. Oh my god, I can't believe Fullaire got into the
Wow,
chest.
Jeez.
That was like pixel perfect.
Yeah. Like she was halfway out when the chest just like slurped right in.
You don't want to do that, because typically you'll land when that happens, or bounce, or something.
Yeah. I'm shocked she didn't take damage and bounce out.
Yeah, same. And then land on the top of it. That happens so often.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you automatically get pushed down into the jiggy when the mouth closes.
Chilla's gonna have to use another feather.
So optimal, aside from the whole landing and having to go back to the flight pad thing.
Right. So not optimal.
Yeah. Other than that, Chile's been having a pretty good TTC himself.
Nice.
Yep. Make sure he grabs all his extra feathers because he needs them.
Was the food worth it? That's the real question. I'm gonna find out soon.
Yeah, what did you get?
Like, I went really easy just so it would be fast. I would have just got a cheeseburger, fries, and a sweet tea.
Sweet
One
tea?
cheeseburger, that's it?
The solo cheeseburger, yeah.
Was that like
I'm trying
iced
to
tea?
eat healthier, and my thought process was, I'll eat McDonald's today, but I'll only do one cheeseburger.
I need context. Whereabouts are you from in the States?
Florida.
Oh, okay.
The best state in the United States, let's be real. Nade knows about that one.
It's okay.
Fact.
Everywhere people say sweet tea, it means something different. Like I'm from Canada, so we have like iced tea.
Oh, so
that's
y'all
like-
have iced tea, but you put packet sugar in it, right?
Well, by iced tea, I mean like you buy it from Coke in a can, right? Like Nestea or Brisk iced tea kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, we have that, but we also have like
Yeah. That's
sweet
the only like iced tea we have. Like unless you're getting like cold tea on ice. So anyway, BK.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
wasn't the N64 route found to be faster on Xbox, and so that's what they're
Yeah.
doing now?
Yeah, so Chili, he actually he isn't very comfortable with the route, so he gets the 4 feathers on the first palm tree, so it's a bit slower for him, but it's still faster.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been zooming through this tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going for the... Ooh, nice, he gets under the claw. Oh, yeah.
I love watching people run under the claw.
Same.
Yeah, we were just saying earlier, this is Chile's second novice tournament, so now he's definitely at the point where he's too good to participate in a third one. So
Yep.
Yeah, this is his truly last novice tournament, so he's got to take it home here.
And look at the egg difference, 44 to 13.
yeah, I'm not sure what both of their PBs were when they started the tournament. That's something that I guess you could look it up, but
Here, I'll look up for you really quick. I'll do that.
Chile must have had like a 219 at least.
When did this tournament start? Do you remember the month?
Probably January
I
or
don't know.
February.
January or February. All right, let me go to.
Probably January.
Ooh, nice Fullaire goes for the safe strat there.
Nope. No Jinjo jump.
Ooh,
So
very high.
his PB was. It looks like it was a 2. Was it a 222?
Really?
222. Okay.
Yeah, because he only got his 218 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Big improvements.
Well, that was the end of January, but yeah, I think he had a 222. And then Fullaire. Maybe I'll look at her really quick. She's a 272.
Ooh, that looks really high. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
think I was gonna be
definitely.
getting the Jinjo. Chile beak bombing just a little bit too high. Oh, I guess he has to go for these 3 feathers here. Oh, but he only gets one of them.
Yeah.
She had a 221, so they had very similar PBs when they started this tournament.
The Jinjo jump. Nah, he was way too high to even make that excuse.
1 feather. Nice.
One singular feather. Alright, Fullaire in the sandcastle with 2 health. Let's see if we can
Luckily,
get
if she
it to
does
work.
die, it's not like rip run. She can just come back, but it's a bad time loss.
She gonna like roll into it to set him up, probably.
I've
Oh,
personally
going straight for it.
found
Nice.
Oh well.
Doing the dance, but that's
Nice.
fine.
Yeah. No death
that
warp,
crab was
but
really far.
yeah. It's better than having to like go all the way back in and do the puzzle again.
Oh, for sure. I've personally found that like if you do that with 3 health, I feel like the crab usually goes a lot further. Like
Yeah.
it seems a little bit worth going for 2 health right there.
I always like whenever I have 3 health going in there, I always like underestimate how much invincibility you have, and I end up like as I jump to go to do the ground pound into the jiggy, I just die.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, jumping on the way up just sucks.
Alright, let's put DD's theory to the test. Will the crab move farther away?
I don't know. He's kind of just chilling right now.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
walked a little too far.
He could have got that, but that was kind of a weird spot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Schlongster.
Shalongsta.
Alright, so both of them did about the same thing at the end of the level, so not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Chile's gotta really pick up feathers.
Yeah.
Not that you use a whole lot of feathers inside clankers, but
Oh no, level's got a lot of flying sections if you ask me. Oh, my medium fry is not even full, dude. And they're cold. Oh, this sucks. Oh, what a letdown.
see, I've learned to, if I get fries at any place, I just like
No
eat them on the drive home.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, true.
That's smart, yeah.
you just can't, you can't trust fries to stay warm.
You can't,
Past
but
the
like I
drive.
thought I could have gone like 15 minutes maybe, but that was the wrong decision.
Then again, like the only fries I've had recently from any place are like Wendy's fries.
Wendy's fries are
Okay.
pretty good.
I don't mind them. A lot of people hate on them, but I don't
Wendy's.
really hate on any fries. They're all good. My controversial fry take is that I really like KFC fries.
You know, I've eaten KFC maybe twice in my whole life. You know what place has really good fries is Steak and Shake.
Canada doesn't have Steak and Shake, so.
Oh, that's an L. It's such. I don't eat there a lot, but it's so good.
One place that I don't have where I live, but I know I could go to it is like if I made a road trip was Five Guys. First time I ever had Five Guys fries was in the States.
Five Guys is really good, yeah. It's a very overpriced, but like for fast food, like burger, fries, that's like the place to go.
The first time I went to Five Guys, it was like I watched them just like make the shit out of my food, and I was like, oh my god, this for the price versus what you get, I think Five Guys is like the best fast food burger.
Yo, why does Banjo have to swim through the ring? Like, Gloop swims through the same exact ring.
True.
What is this? No, not that. That copy pasta is so bad.
When's Banjo race partner push?
Ooh. The partner push, Tourney.
Alright, Fullaire makes it up without drowning.
Nice.
The Monka S section is over.
I noticed she tries to like aim directly at the tooth. You aim to the right of the tooth, all three of your eggs should kind of like line up perfectly.
Right. Happy glue.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're like, I think her cycle is really good to kind of be able to make it up and kind of aim yourself, but I don't know. I'm always like, I have a really bad like underwater section, so every time I get up there, I'm like mid-cycle, so I have to like aim and shoot and turn my camera like all at the same time. It never really ends up working. I'm really bad with cycles in this game because I'm like, I lost a second here. Who cares? I lost a second there. And then at the very end, at the very end, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm never gonna make it. Fullaire barely made it off that last ring on the backflip. 6 eggs for Chile, yeah.
It's fine.
It's the Xbox life. But, I mean, you also, like, don't fire any eggs in this level either, so...
I'm waiting for the day N64 runners choose to skip out on learning eggs to save a little bit more time.
I mean, it's such a little amount of time, right?
Yeah, I know.
But someone's got to do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Xbox
Children?
runners.
Oh, so she doesn't even go for bolt jump?
I respect that. Bolt jump's horrible. That's a great choice. I'm taking notes.
I just hate bolt jump because every time I try to make it, I'm just like, oh, I'm so close, and then I beak bust, expecting me to get that little extra bit of distance. Even though I know that it won't work.
In the
two-
same way.
the
If
Tui
if we had the
curse.
Tui beak bust, it would be free.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There is zero question about that. What was that weird ring? Was that the ring I was just talking about, where she like, the heel like caught the edge of the ring and she was able to jump off?
Ooh.
Yeah. I was 100% expecting Fullaire to like slip off the ring, but then somehow she managed to latch on. Fullaire.
Win is empty air.
Full air, empty air.
That's the end of my comedic career. It's over. I've officially peaked.
Alright, Chili with the nice, safe honeycomb backflip. Both of them got it without falling through, so that's real nice.
Loses a good bit of time, like surprising amount if you missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Faster, faster.
Fullaire opts to not go for the jiggy first.
I don't think most people do.
Nice.
Oh, he barely made that. No.
Oh yeah.
I think most like people who like aren't. I just totally forgot what I was like how I was gonna word that. I think most people that like aren't in the top percentage of runners like never go for it unless, you know, they're trying to try hard just a little bit.
I need
I
to.
don't.
But I'm a
Does
lazy.
Hag go for it? I don't even think Hag goes for it.
I don't think Hag goes for it. I know Duck and Asmi go for it, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen someone fail it before, so it can't be that bad, right?
I've seen a lot of people fail it before.
Yes.
So many people. I've seen Hag fail it a bunch. That's probably why he doesn't do it.
So A-Rex, the hoops jiggy, you can actually beak bomb over to it and grab it in flight, but it's tight.
Yeah,
So
It saves like 2 or 3 seconds, right?
something like that. Because you don't bonk off the wall when it happens. You just kind of beak bomb like down and to the left, and then
It's like the perfect beak bomb distance.
I think the most common like way I've seen people fail it, other than like landing on the jiggy, is like beak bombing too low and then just dropping in the water.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the worst.
I've never gone for it myself because it's just one of those things that I just rather do it the way I know how to do it. And leave it at that. Interesting crabs from Fullaire.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've never seen that order before.
You're gonna see an interesting crab some chili too.
Ooh, okay, let's see it.
Quadra kill. Let's just say that.
ODC line up all 4.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be hype. I want to see it.
Oh, it looks like he just
Oh,
went
the
for
4th one
3.
didn't come.
No.
Jerk.
Oh, he's gonna be pooping eggs from the top.
I don't like this. Okay, nice.
Wow, he
You
got it. I would be worried about doing that, especially with like your limited eggs. But I guess there
Yes.
is like eggs right there. But yeah, he's not going for it.
It's
He only
nice
needs
when you
5 eggs for bubble loop, right?
get- Yeah. The only time you'll be tight on eggs is gobies.
But like, there's a lot of extra eggs in gobies.
Exactly.
Worst case.
He'll grab them all in Jinxie. That's like 8 or something.
Oh yeah, there's that ring of eggs right there.
Yeah. Those are like in the route for Xbox. Alright, well nice. Fullaire, plenty of time left on the timer.
Nice. And they're both going to BGS next because she does RRBA.
Yep.
Yo, Rage Cage with a subscription.
Thank you for the
Ooh,
sub.
3 months.
Banjo-Kazooie if you got him.
Hell yeah.
I'll do. There we go.
Pogging if you got it.
Oop, best emote.
Oh, I could have gone for that. True.
I wish pogging worked properly on Discord.
Yeah, for real.
I wish I never found that emote. It's just so good.
It kind of looks like Pac-Man. Like you can make like a Pac-Man game out of that. Did you know
It's got
hype,
such
like-
good combinations too.
Wait, what were you saying?
I was saying pogging has such good combinations too. You got pogging clap, and then you got, you know, he's eating stuff.
I literally just did that.
While
Nice.
doing the Dorito chip.
That's really good. Here, hold up. All right, there we go.
Poor Mrs. Boggy.
Not when I saw them both swimming in that tunnel that goes to the BGS puzzle, it was making me think like, pretty cool if this game had like a multiplayer hack, you know, where you could like be in the same world.
Like a multi-world.
But, yeah, but you could like attack each other, you know. That would be cool.
I think it would be funny having like, you know, 2 or 3 people in a world together and like see how fast you can collect all the jiggies and all the notes.
Yeah, or you get like a bunch of people who have like similar speedrun times, and you do a race, but like you also try to like stop each other and stuff. Like if you run into someone in like FP, you could just like beak bomb into them and just like ruin their day.
Like Sonic, you know, when they take damage, they drop a whole bunch of notes around them.
Yeah, oh, that would be cool.
It would probably be like impossible to make, but it
Oh,
would be
no,
it would be
this
fun
is-
to watch.
This is how it could work. So everything you collect goes to like a total value basically. Like, so there's like the same amount of collectibles are in the game, but whoever has the most by the end wins. And there's like a point system, you know. So once Grunty dies, whoever has the most wins.
Oh no,
You can, like,
Chili's forgetting
steal
stuff.
them.
What is Chili doing? He forgot a Croctus and a Ginger.
Oh no!
I
hope
think
he
he's gonna
remembers.
death warp here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saves 3 seconds. It's a fancy thing I found.
Yeah,
But
when
if he
I
does-
saw him go into the level without health, I was like, "What's going on?" And then when you started
Yeah.
missing stuff, I was like, "Oh yeah, on Xbox you don't lose your notes when you die."
Yeah. So if he does die before getting in there, he's gonna have to come way back over here, which sucks.
But he won't. He'll do this.
Hopefully.
Easy. He's good.
Clean. Everyone gangsta till you have 0 extra lives on Xbox.
Come on, awfully close. I did not realize the Croctus mouth does that when it's talking to you.
What goes really fast?
Yeah.
Like in the text box or like the actual
No.
Proctus?
The actual Croctus.
I thought when you just spit an egg into it while it was talking to you, it just disappeared and just munched on the eggs. So like the fast mouth flapping was just it eating the egg.
Yeah.
Dude, Rare totally missed on an opportunity to like make Hungry Hungry Hippos, but with the crocuses and eggs. That would be so good.
I think there's like some sort of patent rule against that, maybe. Hungry Hungry Croctus, they'd probably get a letter in the mail about that one.
It's like, yo, is this plagiarism? Nice. Chile did not fall. Let's go.
Let's see if Fullaire's better at hot jumps than D-Deluxe.
Hey, no, we don't
Ooh,
talk about
that was...
We don't talk about that. But
Oh,
I mean, so far, I mean,
So
pretty
good.
good. Does she go for all 3 though?
yes, I believe she
Yeah,
does.
she should. I wasn't
one's
so
the
sure about
easiest.
that first hut jump, but all the rest of them have looked fine.
Hell yeah.
I was
Better
afraid I
than
was about to
DDP.
commentator
That was
curse
clean.
that one, but... Alright, Chili made it up his first 2.
Yep, he tags switch as well.
Fullaire with the second egg just for safety.
That was a weird animation. Did anyone like notice that like on Fullaire's screen? Kind of looked like Banjo tilted.
I did not see.
Banjo tilted?
Maybe I'm just going crazy, but I swear I saw that.
Maybe. I don't know, I just saw Banjo slide.
Why don't people go for the cutscene overlap? I feel like if you're hitting the switch, it's kind of like worth it. It doesn't seem too bad.
Why does he get that token? No.
I
You
mean,
get the switch on Xbox, Lucario, but you don't get it on N64 if you're doing RBA.
I still go for the cutscene overlap because I don't do RRBA. I just do no RBA. I feel like Chile could have gone for it because he does no RBA,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, but Fullaire wouldn't go for it because she gets that Jiggy as the B. Is there any chance Chile can win after dying? Well, on Xbox, you don't lose your notes when you die, so his routes through the levels are gonna use a bunch of death warps.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we're
you definitely
we're
wouldn't-
gonna see Chile die in the middle of some levels, but not many of them.
Yeah, because dying in Xbox, since your notes save, it's like actually a useful mechanic.
Wasn't it originally like intended to be like that for N64 too?
Yes. They
Yep,
just couldn't
it
get
was.
it to work.
Yeah.
See, I'm kind of like mixed. I think it's a great feature. Like, it's 100% like a good feature. But as a kid, like, I would be in Click Clock Wood with like 96 notes looking for the last 4. And like, that like, adrenaline you get like looking for the last notes as a kid feels so good.
True.
Because you were just terrified.
That feeling definitely got old as I got older though.
But yes, I agree. After the first like 1 or 2 playthroughs as a kid, it's just not a good mechanic.
I remember like, you know, when I was in like my first like year or 2 of college, I'd be playing BK, just being like trying to beat the game as fast as I could, like with, you know, my watch kind of thing, right? And it's just like, man, well, I guess it's 99%.
I'll take
Can't
it.
find those last couple notes.
Oh, baby.
So is
double
anyone
kick
else gonna do any phone runs when Rare Replay's on the phone?
Nope.
Is Rare Replay actually coming to mobile?
It might. I heard something about it. Like Microsoft putting a lot of their games on like PC and mobile. And I think Rare Replay is one of those games.
Yikes.
I think it would be funny.
I saw that go-go. That's really interesting. He was supposed to... I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but there's a bug they found while decomping the game. And Banjo was originally supposed to, like, his body was supposed to move towards the direction you hit your analog stick in, like he does in 2E. But there's a bug in this game where he doesn't do that.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I've just played so
I
much
didn't
more
either,
2E
yeah.
than Kazooie. I just, like, assumed that when Banjo backflipped in this game, he just, like, went in a direction.
I did too, yeah.
Ooh, Chili getting dead zoned. Feels so
Yeah, that's
bad. It's all the little things that are just funny.
Ooh, getting hit out of those shoes. That sucks. That's just, like, infuriating.
Luckily, it was right at the shoes, so...
So how much slower is it to like grab that Jiggy from the Flibbits, like while they're talking to you, versus grabbing it as the Croc?
It's like
half a second or something.
yeah, something like that.
It's like nothing. Okay.
Yeah. I always grab the Jiggy like as it spawns, just so I don't have to worry about it later.
I did that for the longest time, and then I saw people just do it the way they're doing it right now, where they skip it, and so I just figured it was a good bit faster. Fullaire makes it across, nice.
Nice clean jumps.
I've never seen someone fall going back. I've only ever seen people fall on the way there.
Yeah. She's gonna have 2 HP. You want at least 1 or 3.
I respect it. It's
I
respect.
mean,
Yeah. I don't think 2
like-
is that bad. It's definitely like not as good as, you know, 1.
yeah.
I think 3 is worse than 2 though.
Oh, get
Cause-
up there.
Because, I mean, at least with 3, like, you got that insurance. Like, if you lose Vile, you can do the game again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you lose Vile, your run sucks anyway, so...
That's my mentality too.
Yeah. If you go in with 2, just... Well, I guess it's a race, too. You kind of don't want to leave it to that. But, I mean, who loses to Vile with the shoes?
Not me.
Biting them as the Croc is the optimal way to do Flibbits.
It is.
I'm gonna erase that from my memory because I don't wanna think about that. That sounds horrible. It's an interesting jump by Chile.
Well, I mean, the time it saves is the time it takes to get 2 gold feathers, but, like... Yeah, I guess. I was thinking, like, aren't most of the gold feathers you get, like, directly on your way, but...
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do the Flibbits as the Croc.
I knew you could, but I did not think anybody would ever do it. It's probably easier, actually, as a casual, I would think.
Probably.
His attack lasts for a while.
Asby's been practicing that strat for a while. That just sounds terrible to practice, too.
That's
like-
yeah. Sounds horrible.
Just because, like, when you think you've got, like, a good system going, I mean, the frog just jumps right over you, and you're like, oh, I missed again.
Imagine being at 1 HP and dying to that.
Oh.
Oh man, that would be, because that's the last thing you would do. That'd be
Well,
horrible.
when you attack stuff with the Croc, they do drop 2 HP, so you can probably grab some to be safe.
I mean, true, but at that point, like,
Yeah, but you have to death warp right after that.
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like at that point, your like the time loss or time save becomes irrelevant.
Yep.
Because, yeah, I think the time it takes to go out of the way to get 2 extra gold feathers is probably less than the time it takes to lure the dragonfly down to take a second hit off it. Especially if it, like, gets stuck.
Oh, Dragonfly getting stuck.
Yeah, isn't that just the worst? I've seen that happen to people before.
Wait, I think I still have the meme mode. I do. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but
That's a great emote.
That's great. There's a great clip of that happening to Nan Yang. Senor! Senor!
Senor Buzz Bomb.
Fullaire getting pushed in all the right directions by Mr. Vile. That's just a great emote.
Like, you gotta keep it. That can't be a temporary.
I mean, it's so hard to see though.
True.
Is that a tier 3 emote?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Will we see a Buzz Bomb stuck in a tree? You know, I hope so. It'd be interesting. It would turn the tables a little bit.
It would be funny, like, but it would just be so terrible to watch.
What if they both got it?
If they both got it, then it would be really funny. But it would be terrible to watch.
Yes.
Fun fact, actually, for Xbox, and that's if you save and quit on the last note, knowing the dragonfly is stuck, you only lose 7 seconds.
Wait, didn't I time that?
I think so.
I did time that, yeah.
Yeah.
Chile barely got that.
Close
How do you
files are
avoid
always
Vilo's
good.
text box right there?
You have to stay in his circle. Like you have to start in this circle, and you can't leave the circle.
Okay.
Which kind of sucks because you don't want to be like on that side of the arena if he's far away, but
Right.
oh, Fullaire's getting all sorts of camera flips.
You have to
Very
be
in the game.
Where's the
Navigating
buzz?
them.
He's not in the tree. Okay, there he is. He's just chilling.
Just chilling. Alright, she does the right thing and waits on the ground instead of jumping up.
Respect. This is a good race. They're pretty close.
Yep. Chili has 3 HP. Oh, it's gonna be a long death warp.
No.
I respect it though. It's a tournament.
Buzzbomb didn't rise very high, so looks like Chili's on a pretty decent run too for his splits. He's minus 40 seconds out of Bubble Gloop, so
Nice.
as for Fullaire, we'll never know. She forgot to split on her Bubble Gloop, so.
Run is
Oh,
invalidated.
now she did. Okay, there we go. But I think she reset her timer again by accident, because it's only
didn't she,
it's
like,
only at
not
28
start her
minutes.
timer?
She didn't start it right away, but then I think she reset it after TTC by accident again,
Oh
or
no.
Clankers. Alright, Chili makes it up to Grunty's finger.
Nice.
Fullaire
I
going to
remember
open her
the
gobies.
damage just run to that.
Oh no, she's going to freeze easy first. Derp.
Now the routes
They-
diverge.
So Chile's going to Mansion now, right?
He's going to
Gobies.
gobies.
Oh right, Gobi's one. Okay.
What do you
And
mean?
the
Gobi's
routes will
one?
link up soon.
Yeah. I think no RBA does gobies Mansion freeze easy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then
Next time
Fullaire's
they say
doing.
this RBB.
Yeah, Clankers. Xbox has a faster Clankers if you do RBA, but not currently by much. But Gogo is. He's saying that he's found a route that's probably way more.
Oh no, Fulaire's not playing. What is she doing?
She's AFK. She can't hear us. She has her AirPods in.
Oh no.
Twinkly packing shoutout time. Well, I guess it's twinkly unpacking, technically. Made fresh from Grunty Industries.
Oh, you're right. Wait, that makes so much sense because. Yeah. Whoa, that's cool. I didn't think about that. This is like the mini game, right? And you pack them up into a box.
Yep.
Sort of. It's more you're stashing them into like a depot kind of thing, but
Yeah.
it is assumed that they are made in the facility.
That's really cool.
Some spicy lore we're uncovering here.
I know the BK lore goes pretty deep.
Good half yellow star from Fullaire.
Nice.
See if Chili makes the jump with the shoes, which shouldn't be a problem.
He canceled the shoes.
Yeah, he accidentally pecked.
Uh oh.
That sucks.
Oh, he
Don't
could have
get-
went for
When he
Swagger.
had gone for that ring with the shoes.
Yeah, could
Yeah.
have.
Oh, rest in peace, his soul.
I think I've only ever been able to go for swaggering once, and well, I've been able to go for it lots of times, but I only successfully went for it once, and it felt so good to actually do it. And then I never got it again.
That's just the one moment you're gonna remember. Like you'll retire, and you're gonna tell your grandkids, "I made swaggering once. It's my biggest life accomplishment."
Did swaggering once. It felt good.
Clean Gobi, man. I'm jealous.
It was a very hot Gobi clip.
That was great.
Oh, don't shoot 2.
Ah, he's got 23.
Yeah, he's good now.
He's got eggs to spend.
Eggs for days, baby. Couldn't one argue that Chile is so swag that he decided not to do swag ring when he had the opportunity?
True.
I'm trying to think of a follow-up to that, but I just can't.
It's okay, it's late.
I mean, for me, it's only 8, so...
Well, okay, I said that saying it because it's 11 p.m. here, but, like, I've been going to sleep at, like, 7 a.m. every single day, so, like, I guess I should take that back.
Is this a split in the route? Yes. They both do different endgame routes. Chile is going to be doing no RBA, so he's going to be doing your standard, like, go through every level, then go from Click Clock straight to Furnace Fun. Whereas Fullaire is doing reverse RBA, so instead of doing the B section, collecting all the layer jiggies, and then doing Bubble Gloop, she's going to go through from Click Clock, and then collect all the layer jiggies after Click Clock, and then be going into Furnace Fun.
Yep.
So the route that they're doing is going to join up again at RBB, but at that point, Chile will have he'll have already done a little bit of stuff in the lair, whereas Fullaire isn't going to be doing any of that stuff until right before the end.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not really either.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I am aware of both.
Yeah, and that's why you're here. Aha.
Yeah.
I'm aware of both too, but
You couldn't ask for a better group of commentators in terms of BK experience, because you've got one who's fully partitioned to N64, one who's fully partitioned to Xbox, and I've dipped my toes in both, so I know like a decent bit of both.
yeah. Uh-oh, she's gonna lose the...
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think she was. I don't think she was ever gonna go for a right leg there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Probably just getting like the notes and the jiggies. Well, the notes around the inside of the legs, so that way she can like run around the rest of the level to do right or left. Yeah. See, the reason I always did Gobies first was so I had enough Mumbo tokens to make Free ZZ Mad Monster Mansion like pretty easy. Because when you're doing no RBA, like, and you're not doing Gobies first, your note route is a little tight. Or your token route is pretty tight.
Yeah. It's crazy how much things you have to consider, like, for a route. Like, you gotta make sure you have enough collectibles, then you have to make sure you have enough tokens, you know, like, then if you're doing stuff with the B, you have to make sure that certain jiggies are spawned into the lair.
Nice grab from Chile, and nice race from Fullaire. Nice to see.
I mean, I think whether you're doing RBA or no RBA, you're still hitting every witch switch except for Bubble Gloop, right?
No, you don't hit the one in Gobies, you don't hit the one in FP.
Well, I
RBA.
meant like in the difference between the routes. Like, you never hit those witch switches in either route.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure the only one you don't hit is
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Bubble Bloop. Because, I mean, you need to spawn all the Jiggies, but for the ones that just kind of make the Jiggies available, that's really the only one, I think.
Those are the important ones, yeah.
Yeah. Where Asmi?
Yeah, he's doing Ocarina of Time.
Again?
Yep, again.
Yeah, there's a new seed this week that he's racing with some people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Asmi absolutely hates Banjo-Kazooie. You heard it here first.
Asmi needs to quit Ocarina and get on that 157.
156.
156, my bad.
No, 154.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, they were
we
talking
summoned him.
crap. I had to defend your honor, Asmi.
Shut up.
Yeah. I was.
Ooh, is he gonna stay in flight? Oh, can you stay in flight here on Xbox?
Yeah, you can, but you don't want to.
Not even to skip the Jiggy animation?
I mean, I guess you could, but it doesn't really save much.
Sure.
There's
Why
no
don't you
real
want to
good
stay in
spot
flight
to
on
do
Xbox?
Do what?
Why don't you want to stay in flight on Xbox?
You can't do water pyramid clip.
I mean, it's still a little bit faster just to fly over to the notes and shoes, isn't it?
Might be. I know for the RBA route it's not, because you want to take damage in the sand to be at 1.
Because before Water Pyramid Skip, people just kind of flew over the cliff, so you wouldn't take the damage there.
I guess it's faster, yeah.
Because, I mean, I guess back then you also didn't do Gravel last.
Yeah.
Pretty clean levels from both of them.
The
Yep.
BK with quick time events. Yeah, I'm super. I want to do a race of that. That looks so fun.
Quick time events and BK.
Like that actually looks like so good.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Like it looks really good just because like I don't know, like I feel like so much stuff would go wrong, and that's beautiful. Chaos is beautiful.
Like, what's happening if you fail these quick time events?
Banjo freezes, you can take damage, but it's really like, so imagine you're flying, right? And then one of the quick time events is you have to hit the Z button. Like you're fucked at that point, or you're screwed at that point.
Yeah. That's interesting. Alright. Ooh, Fullaire jumping.
Oh, camera. Going for left leg, that's good.
Is it? I guess it would still be faster to go for left leg, even if you don't do right leg.
Maybe.
I respect it. Although I feel like
I think you
left leg
lose.
is harder than right leg. I feel like if you're going for one, you should go for both.
I think left leg is way easier than right leg.
Do you really?
I do, yeah. Just because, like, with right leg, I mean, the walrus doesn't move as fast, so you have to, like, get that jump forward, and then you have to be really tight going around the leg. Otherwise, you just, like, lose immediately. Whereas with left leg, you just run, turn your camera to, like, get the notes, and then that's it.
Oh, Fullaire saves all 4 of these notes for at the end. That's interesting. Worky, worky.
Worky, worky. Schlonkster's in the Navy wavy.
Yeah, it was funny when Schlongster said he was working, and I was like, yeah, I can host the race, no problem. And he was like, yeah, I'm down with that. I was like, okay. So I started getting stuff ready, and then I like was setting up everything and checking their PBs and checking the bracket, and I was like, oh, this is grand finals.
Yeah.
This could be the last race of the tournament, and he's
Yep.
letting me host it. Crazy.
Dude, what if this was the last Banjo-Kazooie tournament we ever had?
Doubt it.
I highly doubt that too.
I would host a tournament, but like I don't know what I would do, and like I don't know, I'd be worried that I wouldn't have time to like do it.
As long as you get it adding people. Alright, Fullaire's out.
Chili's almost out.
Yeah, Schlongster, this is grand finals. Oh, JK.
Schlongster's like, wait, this is the novice tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're
Shoutouts
both-
to when I hosted the first Banjo-Tooie bingo tournament, and Nos Pimi joined it because he was like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." And then like on like the first day of the tournament, I added him to like do his match, and he was like, "Wait, I thought this was the BK-Tooie bingo," and we were like, "That's not even a thing." And he was like,
The
"Yeah, sorry, I gotta."
BK-Tooie?
Yeah. No, BK bingo tournament, and we were like, "That's not even a thing." And he was like,
That's
"All right, well, I gotta drop
hilarious.
out then." And we were like, "Did you not read the title of the tournament before you joined?" Like, it was really
That's-
funny.
Quality.
Alright, so it looks like they're gonna be synced up in MMM. We thought it would be RBB, but here we are.
Did he forget the layer jiggy for Gobies?
No, he got it. He gets it before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I do remember seeing him do that. Got the boost off the Champa.
I used to get it before Go-Go.
I get it before, because I'm
Yeah.
terrible. I'm terrible at running to the shock spring pad. So like I go open up Gobies, and then when I run back to Gobies, I get it like on the way to
Yes.
the level.
That's what Chili did.
Yeah.
She howls at sirens, but when we try to get her playing... We're talking about dogs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Foghorn
didn't see-
earlier
I didn't
said
see-
said my dog is the smartest idiot.
Yeah, I was looking for like another message from Foghorn, but the purple blended in with Schlongster, and so I thought it was one of his messages.
That's funny.
And oh gosh, why aren't they doing MMM early in the novice tournament? Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Don't learn big clips.
Oh, Schlongster, or not Schlongster, Chili slipped on the dick chin.
Chili's in the lead.
Strikes again.
Wait, okay, so explain to me why Chile opens Gobies and then goes back and does Gobies instead of opening Mansion, opening Gobies, then doing Mansion. Is it because
Because you don't have enough
450
notes. You don't
Yeah.
have enough notes to open Mansion. When you open Gobies, you only
Oh,
have
yeah,
400
you're
notes, so you can't get past the 450 note door.
would it not be faster to do FP?
This is the novice tournament. Oh.
Wait,
No, because in no RBA you get the FP layer jiggy and the MMM layer jiggy at the same time.
Yeah.
So
oh right, okay. See,
Yeah.
my bad. I wasn't thinking about the layer. I was just thinking about like the level.
yeah, so when you leave FP, then he'll spawn the flight pad, get the MMM jiggy, and then go back for the FP layer jiggy. Whereas
Okay,
Fullaire
I
is
see
just
now.
going to be getting them as the B, so Now, on the other hand, if they knew how to do FP early and 450 note door skip, then
Then
it'd
that
be
would
a
be
different route.
That was clean. He grabbed like all 4 of those notes instantly.
Yeah.
He chose not to get in talent shot for whatever reason.
But it looked cool though. Doesn't matter if it's slower, it looked cool.
I love quick note grabbing like that.
I believe they're both on PB pace right now, right? At least for sure Chile, because he has his splits.
Yeah, we're not sure about Fullaire because every time she splits, it like hides her time. I think she's only doing individual like segments like for her times. So it's we have no idea how far along Fullaire is compared to her.
Yeah, if I had to judge
splits.
though, like she's been playing very good. The only really big mistake she's made was in TTC.
I mean, we can see when she's done MMM. She has 117.09 on her timer, so we can see if she's ahead or behind after this.
She'll definitely be ahead,
Yeah.
unless like something tragic happens.
Chile, on the other hand, is minus 58 seconds out of Gobi's
Wow.
Valley, so he's on a
Hot.
pretty good
Hot
pace.
pace. Dude, he and Trep are gonna be rivals. Trust me. Ooh, he's at 2. I don't like that. 2 health. I'd gold feather the guy right now. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
he heard you.
I respect it. He got the insider information.
I assume he's gonna kill all the tombstones here for health. Yeah.
That was a hot jump off the beehive from Chile.
Yep.
That was. That beehive jump is deceptively hard. See if Fullaire can get it.
There we go.
It's so infuriating to miss that, but she got it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, she's got lots of health, so not gonna stop at the tombstones.
Chili not grabbing health. He's playing it risky.
He's a baller. He's on PB pace. I honestly would probably do the same. I respect it. Yo, what's up, footy?
Hey, perfect footy. Shoutouts to Perfect Footy, who got 3rd place in the tournament.
Yeah.
Footy, what was your PB leaving the novice tournament?
You started with RBA and N64. Oh, mate. Mercy on your
221.13.
soul.
221.13 is pretty impressive for 3rd place.
220. Yeah, that's awesome.
And he's on PAL. I don't know if it makes a big difference or not.
It's a bit of a difference, yeah. I think it's like a minute.
Oh, I think Fullaire missed the Z, didn't she?
Oh, she missed
Yeah,
the
yeah,
letter.
she did.
Oh no.
Oh, what? Kazooie, yeah, she got the Z.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Kazooie.
It's like Plankton. He forgets he has Plan Z. It's like I've done them all, A through Y. What about Z?
Oh, nice.
Z, the letter after Y.
Yeah, that's a rough time loss.
It's lemon scented, yeah. What a great movie, dude. I watched that like yearly.
I haven't seen it since it first came out.
I was
Except for
Shit,
like the scene when they're at the gas station. I've seen that a couple times.
oh yeah. What'll it be, fellas? Ketchup or mustard? No, I was scrolling on TikTok as one sad Gen Zer does my age, and I found this guy who had the entire movie on like a single TikTok, and I ended up watching the entire thing. So I guess like if you upload like on a computer or something, like you can get them to be like as long as you want. So he just straight up pirated the whole movie.
It's actually really funny.
Ooh, that was good movement by Chile up there.
It doesn't matter though. 'cause he
Yeah.
has to protect.
Yeah, true. Still though, that was clean. That is movement that I could not do until I practiced it a lot.
Ooh, Fullaire does a gold feather in time.
You can't hug the ghost,
But the ghost looks all cut on.
does he?
Yeah, they giggle at you and then kill you.
What if
Sirens of the
Mott's
dead.
hand- What if Mott's hand was just dead Master Hand? Like he was dead, so he had to find a new hobby, so he learned how to play piano.
Organ.
Organ. Organ.
I feel like the Mott's Hand section would be a lot more dramatic if it was Master Hand.
It'd have that like Master Hand music. That would be awesome.
Master Hand music, he shoots a laser out of his finger when you're trying to hit the note.
Blast you with bullet bills. Yeah, the lore goes very deep.
Chile going across the top. Doesn't fall. Pog.
Going safe, I like it. I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly would rather roll off than beak bust recoil off. Just
Yeah.
because like hitting the ghost from a beak bust just sucks. So much.
I did that in, like my very first run, I think.
Yeah, at least when you roll off, you can see the ghost, but if you beak bust recoil down, you just have to, like, accept your fate as you, like, see him there.
Mhm.
And it happens so fast that it's just like...
He didn't do the consistent DD strat.
I know. See, the great thing about the wouldn't it be actually
Blair needs to go feather.
100% consistent because eggs are actually consistent on Xbox. On N64, lag makes them weird.
Well, you don't have notches, so it's gonna be hard to get the same angle every time.
True.
Was there a strat on Xbox where you just, like...
No, on N64 where you poop it off the tombstone.
Oh.
It's the oh, she grabbed the
Oh.
Jiggy and Talon Trot. That sucks.
That's rough. It almost looked like it was on purpose. Because she
Yeah,
didn't move right away when she got into Talon Trot. I don't know, maybe she got into Talon Trot like on top of the Jiggy and it just wouldn't let her move.
It like bounced and rotated, I think, on her. It was weird. Xbox has tighter collectibles in general, especially for like the first half.
Yeah. On N64 you have to learn eggs and feathers and you're given them, but on Xbox you don't, so you have to collect them all from zero.
Yeah.
I think Chile might be ahead of Fullaire, just because Gobi's is a bit longer of a level, and he's finished it.
I believe he is.
But it's still very close race, still very tight.
Even if Fullaire is ahead of her PB in Mad Monster Mansion here, her PB still is like almost 4 minutes slower. That was rough.
Oh, he got hit onto the whip crack. I thought he was so over, dude. Yeah, Gobi's, I don't know like what her golds are, but Gobi's in general is like 2 minutes, I think, slower than FP. Somewhere around that. Like, optimally.
I just noticed on Fullaire's split, she had 1:10 to save in Mad Monster Mansion. Oh no, she forgot to open the second window!
That
Oh,
sucks!
God, that's such a bad
That
mistake.
just hurts.
Oh no.
Oh, rip.
Well, that's actually like I think
That's a
the worst
painful
mistake
time
you can
loss.
make in the level.
Alright.
Did she not attempt it, or did she poop an egg and it just didn't break?
I don't know. I think she might have just forgot about the window.
That sucks a lot. That is really rough.
Yeah, I saw that frame as she was approaching and she still jumped at it and I was just like stop, stop. All right, well, that's a huge lead then for Chile. If he wasn't ahead before, he sure is now.
Yep.
Yes, for sure. I think everybody does that once in their BK career at least.
Yeah. I remember during Duck's BK tournament that he hosted a couple years back, Mittens forgot to get the Jiggy on top of the clock tower, and
Oh no.
he didn't remember until he was going to do the windows. Like he was just jumping from the hedge maze onto the house, and he like see-upped, turned around, and saw it right up there. It's like, and there it is. Bit clip in as the pumpkin.
That would be hot. I'd love to see that strat.
I mean, if there's a bit clip point right there, it would be really interesting to see.
What would be like the coolest, but like most useful spot you could bit clip in the game?
In Banjo's house.
From the roof.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be cool.
I'd love to see someone this would obviously never happen, but like, you know, if there's like multiple universes, then there's a universe where someone is on fat PV pace, they're fighting Grunty, and they're doing Ginginator, and then they accidentally bear punch and jump, and then accidentally clip through the ground and die.
I think a cool bit clip that wouldn't be like entertaining would be an intricate bit clip into Mumbo's Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a Taz for that, I'm pretty sure. But that would be useful for, like, low percents.
Yeah.
I feel like
And
low
just
percent,
low percent.
and maybe some category extensions, but that would be awesome.
Okay, so Fullaire left at 1738, I think. So that's plus 29 seconds on her PB. So she's plus 29 right now.
She is still PV pace.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Chile is at minus 29.
If she PBs this, that'll be, like, huge motivation to be like, I can still PB with that pumpkin time loss.
Yeah. Oh, unless she hasn't split. Maybe she splits on the reset. Which would be a weird spot to split, but...
What about a bit clip through the FP snowman, like on the roof or on the hat? So you grab the Jiggy on top of his hat and then immediately bit clip and get the Jiggy below him. That could be pretty cool.
Fullaire does an extra split on the reset? Oh, because it looks like she just says FP, MMM, and GV. So if she splits on MMM, then she's like a minute and a half behind her splits.
Maybe she splits there and then undoes her split to like time the reset.
Who knows? Either way.
That was an L.
Yeah.
What?
Make the sound effects. I don't have sound.
Yeah, I have sound because I opened my own DLC source.
Someone make the sound effect of Banjo coughing up the jiggy, or Boggy coughing up the jiggy.
GDO, you're gonna be in charge of all music, and Nade, you're in charge of all sound effects.
Roo, roo,
Let's go.
Roo, roo,
Excuse
roo.
me, it's Bree,
Okay.
Bree, Bree.
Do 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 do.
With the Simpsons.
Yeah.
You go, huh?
The clip that was posted in the meme channel the other day
Okay.
that was just like, it was like Freeze Easy Peak, but then it turns into the Simpsons theme. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's an old Silva Gunner video.
It is.
Yeah. There was a period in Silva Gunner's channel where like every song either turned into the Simpsons or the Flintstones. Like you'd be listening to like Kokiri Forest start up and then it would just turn into the Flintstones theme song. Except it was like that for every single upload.
Flintstones mashups.
Hello, Honeydee. There's a lot of funny mashups on Silva Gunner.
I used to watch him before I knew that he did mashups, and I was always like, bro, this is like, definitely not the right song. Like, what is this guy thinking?
Oh, nice. Gobi clip.
That was a
Fullaire
hot.
with the hot Gobi clip.
That was a hot Gobi clip.
I'm about to DM her for lessons because, I mean, that trick sucks.
I've never seen that setup for Gobi clip where you jump off the arm like that.
I
That
don't think
sounds
I
way.
have
That
either.
sounds way better than than every other way I've tried to do it. Oh, we got a
Let's
washing machine.
go.
Oh, baby.
It's the buffer she needed to catch up.
That really sucks for Chile because he can't skip the text.
Yep, exactly.
Do a lot of people in the novice tournament even do Gobi clip?
Yeah, he should. I mean, it's a standard route.
I didn't
guess,
when I
yeah.
did the novice tournament.
I know like a lot of people who have like who don't do it still.
But yeah, I guess. I'm wrong.
Yeah, Schlongster, my favorite Silva Gunner song is it's like Crank Dat by Soulja Boy, but instead it's just called Crank Dat Boy. And it's just like it's just a parody all about Dat Boy dying.
Dat boy. What a great period for memes, dude. That was like Harambe and Dat boy.
Dude, I still meme about Harambe. I have a face mask that I wear to work that has Harambe on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dat
So
Boy
you make
used
that
to be my
note
favorite
with
meme.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah, there isn't really any good time to go back and get it. Like, and he can't do it when he does left leg because he doesn't have enough time to make it around the leg.
Yeah.
So he's basically like losing all the time he would save from doing left leg.
Which sucks.
To
But
have
the
to go
way
back.
the best way if he knows how to back it up would be to do it on the way to the scarf.
Yeah.
Which hopefully he knows that.
I mean, if I had to go back for that one note, I probably wouldn't even do left leg. I would probably just get all the notes.
Yep.
I think it's still faster though, right? Because you're racing, because you have the speed shoes and you're going around the same distance.
Maybe. I guess if you're losing the time anyway to go over there, but I really don't know. That sounds like an ASME kind of question.
Just make every run perfect and we don't have to worry about these questions. Jeez, stop making
This is true.
mistakes.
I don't know how Fullaire got that note at the top of the
Yeah,
staircase.
that was
but
stuffed.
It's like Banjo's head clipped right through the wall, and like Skew picked it up.
Have y'all heard the unused Freeze Easy Peak theme like underwater?
Yep.
It sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've heard it.
Come on, Fullaire, don't miss this. Come on, this is your chance for glory.
That looks really vertical. Looks good though.
That was interesting for sure.
Yeah. As long as you get that jiggy like right between like Banjo's legs there, it usually works. I would be afraid to go for it that vertical though.
Yes, sir.
It looks like Chile isn't going for the note by the leg here. So.
When is he gonna do it then?
Probably gonna try and do it during the race.
No, that's so much slower. Come on, don't do it.
Yeah. Especially since he can't skip the boggy text.
Oh, true, yeah. Well, I mean, this is what Fullaire needs. She needs him to make mistakes like this, so...
I really don't think he's gonna try getting it during the race. Like, I'm sure he knows that if he tries to get all the notes around the leg, he's gonna fail the race.
Yeah, he'll probably do it after the race, which is smart because I remember I missed that note for the first time the other day, and that was kind of my plan until Asmi told me to do it the other way. He told me to do it on the way to the scarf.
I don't think he'll do it after the race, because that's a long way to walk back.
When would he do it then, though?
I mean, before you go to the race, I mean...
Yeah.
That's just...
guess,
I think
yeah.
that's the best place, is just doing it before the race, screwing left leg, and just running straight through, to be perfectly honest. Like, because going all that way just for one note, and then you have to go back around the snowman's legs again when you do the race. I just feel like you're kind of double dipping, and it's just losing time. Whereas if you run straight through, you're just running straight through.
Ooh. Oh, she's not going for water pyramid clip.
Yeah, see, this movement was what I was talking about earlier when we were watching Chile.
Right.
It did seem kind of fast.
Yeah, that was the route before, because it saves you from taking all the damage on the sand. I think it's probably like the same speed, but...
I mean, at the very least, you're skipping a jiggy jig animation.
Yeah. You're skipping the jiggy jig, you're skipping taking damage, and then...
I mean, you'd want to take damage, but I'm sure you could take it damage somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, no! Oh, that was
yeah.
so close to failing.
You have lots of time after the 0 shows up.
I guess, yeah. But, like, when she fell in, like, you could see her hit the collision on the door.
Oh yeah, Chile tried to go for it during the race and lost.
Yikes. Well, hey, now he doesn't have to worry about backing it up.
Yeah, that's true.
The sub 205 tournament. Who knows?
Sub 205. How many active sub 205 runners are there?
Me, you, Asmi, Hag.
I think
Is that
Arb would probably join up. Arb has sub 205, doesn't he?
I don't think so. Maybe? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Arb has sub 205.
I feel like a sub 210 tournament could work.
Yeah.
I feel like there would be a lot of people for that. And I feel like sub 210 tournament's really good too, because even like top runners still make mistakes to get worse times in 210.
Fullaire making sure she's lined up.
I respect it. Yeah, that is smart.
Not quite taking Crow's path across the pyramid, but nice and easy jumps to ledges she can see. Makes it out with a 50, still better than falling off. Or maybe it was a 49 or 48.
I think it was a 50.
Something like that. Either way, it was only a couple seconds lost, so.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Oxland too.
Oxland does have a 202.
Yeah.
With all the BK tricks that have been found in the last couple of years, like I can't even remember like everyone who has like such a low time.
I actually have a little Sporkle quiz for everybody who has sub 210. I've been keeping
I
track.
would take that again because I feel like I know way more people now that have sub 210 than I did at the time.
How many people are on that list? Is it more than 20?
Yes. Let me go look.
There's quite a bit, actually, yeah.
I would never have been able to guess 20 different people who have sub 210.
So, sub 210 is 31 people.
Yikes.
Wow, that's insane. 31. How many people have a sub 205?
Let me look. $15.
So like half now.
Literally half, yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you gotta count the 2 on Xbox, JBW.
The 2 on Xbox would be
Me and
Nade and
Hornet.
Hornet.
Oh, no, Snivy. Wait,
Wait, no.
Snivy runs
no,
on
wait.
Xbox?
Wait, oh wait, no, because Snivy
Hornet's-
also has one, right?
he has a sub 210. Hornet has a sub 205 on Xbox.
Yeah, I was talking about 205.
Oh, just me then.
I thought Snivy ran on N64.
He's
He does
done
both.
both,
Oh.
but he got good on Xbox. He has a 208, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what his N64 time is. He doesn't do BK anymore though. At least I haven't seen him do BK in a while.
Nah, he pretty much reached his skill level for Xbox. He was having a hard time PBing,
Yeah.
so gave it up.
You're already on a list.
Alright, so
Nice
both
nurse
runners.
Chili, by the way.
Ooh,
Why would
yikes.
you say that?
Oh my god,
Jinx
dude, are
him.
you kidding me?
That's funny.
Fullaire has come back to strike.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Fullaire, I think Chile is still pretty far ahead. Like, they're both entering RBB at the same time, but I think Chile has a bunch of he's got way more layer stuff done.
But they have engine room coming up.
Yeah.
So
Like like Schlongster said in chat earlier, in order for Fullaire to be kind of on pace with Chile, she needs to be 2.5 minutes ahead out of click clock.
active N64 sub 210 is Moose, Crosby, Sunder, DD, Oxy, Hag, Duck, and Asme. And Nade as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hornet's active too. I saw him doing runs the other day. But
Yeah,
he's
he
not
is.
super active.
And I mean, like I said, Arb is active when you like give him reason to be active. Otherwise, he's just like, nope, going to conquer.
Just chilling.
Ooh, Fullaire hits the pipe.
This pipe is deceptively hard.
So is this one right here in front of the notes.
Tyson.
Yo, what's up, Tyson? Alright, let's see this beautiful engine room gameplay.
R Tyson.
Please.
Not Riot Tyson anymore?
No, he got triggered and people called him Riot.
Oh.
It got changed a while ago, a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was weird. Why did he wait right there? That gave me... Ugh, I didn't like that. That was scary.
He was scared of the super fast roller.
Yeah, that's true.
Not in Drown Trot. Oh no.
Oh, please don't do
Oh,
this
this
to
is kinda
yourself.
angled,
Come on,
too.
come on. This is a mistake. Oh,
Alright, he
never
makes it, he
mind.
makes
He
it.
knows what he's doing. Don't
Yeah.
listen to us. Fullaire makes it past the cogs. Okay, that's the first bad part.
Second fan's free.
Don't say that. Okay.
Yeah, let's not commentator curse.
Again.
Or let's commentators curse. It's fun. Come
Oh,
on,
I don't like
Fullaire.
that. Nope.
Here it is.
No!
Yeah, I didn't like that angle.
Wow, why did you guys curse her? That was so mean of you guys.
We did it.
The moment she ran into the fan, I was like, nope, not gonna work.
Yeah, that was a scuffed angle.
This is bad, this is bad.
That's an L. You can technically void out if you fall in engine room, so on N64 you don't have to like recollect the notes, but it's honestly not super easy, so not a lot of people go for it.
I think when most people fall in engine room as well, they fall like either too far away from that pipe, or they can't see it, or they just like fall too high up and just miss.
Yeah.
Oh, nice Chili setting up for the death warp.
Alright, take two from Fullaire.
Alright, let's watch her get this. If she takes a bit more time to set up her angle and be safe, I think she'll be fine. So, Chile is gonna actually death warp to this boombox because it's basically the same amount of time as going for boombox skip, which is like frame perfect and not worth it.
Yeah.
So it said you go for the easier strat and it pays off.
Shout outs to the Lux who found that on accident.
I found it when I was like brand new to this game, and Nate's like, I sucked and died right there. And then Nate's like, wait, that looks fast. And I was like, yeah, I found that.
Speed.
Yeah, Claire, there's a few intentional death warps in the route.
Yeah, Tyson, even like they're doing different routes, and not only that, but Fullaire forgot to bust open one of the windows in Mad Monster Mansion, and she never noticed until she was there as the pumpkin. So Chile has had a bit of a lead for a little bit.
Mhm.
It's just their difference in routes makes them look like they're more even.
Oh, Chili's not even going for this token.
Did he forget? Or maybe not. Maybe he just doesn't go for it.
Huh.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those, like, if you miss it, you miss it. If you don't, you don't.
What's
I
a
know-
good backup? Like, if you miss that one, what's the good backup token? Maybe the one
Right.
summer?
Right, no, right next to the quick upgrade puzzle.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because I always just back that one up. Like, I always just go for it, but it's not worth it. I know that.
When I do runs, I usually don't get that note that's above clankers, and I think Chile did get that one. I can't remember which one of them. One of them got it and the other one didn't.
Yeah.
I think Chile got that one.
Don't
So-
think we'll see lifeboat jump here. Maybe.
I don't know.
I think there's enough Mumbo tokens here and there for him to just to kind of grab whichever ones.
Oh, Brad's tilted.
I mean, come on, it's the novice tournament.
Yeah.
I hate lifeboat jump. I attempted it once and didn't get it, and I was like,
Don't
never
bother.
again.
It's a horrible trick. It's
I
horrible.
meant beak busting up the pole.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's why Brad's tilted.
Yeah. I mean, he made it. He did it once.
Uh huh.
I like doing that in Tui, but I can't do it in Kazooie. Always feels good to get it on a Cactus of Strength.
Mm-hmm.
Chili's been doing pretty alright on his RBB, I think. I haven't seen him make any big mistakes at all.
It's been very clean. It looks like everything that he goes for, like, he's done perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he did lose a whole bunch of time to his splits in Freezeezy.
Yeah, he lost the race. Hey, Savannah.
I feel like he probably had a pretty good level other than that, though, because he only lost 18 seconds. I feel like losing the race would have lost a lot more than that.
Ooh.
Oh, she picked out to be safe and, like, backfired.
Oh, no!
No! Please don't do this to yourself! What are you doing?
Okay. You gotta go for the honey. Gotta go get the honey.
Yeah.
Break open the hive. Do it. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, don't give me a heart
Okay,
attack.
4 is okay. That's good. That's good.
We're chilling.
I swear, pecs suck in this game.
I have to roll past those Chompas every single time.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can like just jump past them in Talon Trot.
It's a stupid visual cue that I have. I don't know if this is what everyone uses, but I just aim for the very, very edge of the collectible, and it seems to kind of work.
I had to
So how
think
did
for
she
a
not
second.
get blown up right there?
Wait,
Did y'all see
what?
that? Did y'all see like the boombox like literally exploded on her and she took 0 damage?
Yeah, it's just outside the hitbox of the explosion, I guess.
Barely, yeah. My wife told me I had to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down.
Haha. Took a second.
Vagrant is like the joke master. He has just top tier jokes. Slash ban.
See, what I was chuckling at before was I didn't even notice the snorkel sound.
Oh yeah.
And then I just heard it. I was like, "What was that? Was that the game?" I was like, "No, it's Fullaire's audio."
Ooh, Chilla's doing a dance.
That's an L.
I had to think for a second what the dolphin's name was too, because I mean, for a long time it's just synonymous with Nylum.
Yeah. Whatever happened to her? She disappeared.
I think she started streaming again.
Oh.
Doesn't play banjo anymore, I don't think, but
Chilla, careful.
I think she still streams.
Interesting that he chose to take damage before the first float spam. I feel like it's safe to do it after, just in case that guy hits you, but
Yeah.
also, he's confident.
Difference between a numerator and a denominator is a short line. Only a fraction of people will understand this.
Ha ha ha.
Math jokes.
Ooh, you didn't die, Chili. You gotta go kill your. Go die! What are you doing?
Well, he's trying to make it up so he can die to the Champa.
That's interesting.
That was clean movement. Nothing
Clean.
to see here. Nothing to see.
A little dirty. He needs another washi to clean that up.
He just cleaned himself. Got it dirty.
Want to hear a pun about ghosts?
You want to hear? Is the pun invisible? Is that the joke? Please tell me that Please tell me I'm wrong.
Oh no, Fullaire got knocked off.
Oh, was that from the pipe, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's terrible. Both that and the joke.
But which
That's
one's more terrible?
I think Fullaire getting knocked off the boat is more terrible.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
a sea anemone. She could have actually gotten a different Mumbo token and then climbed up the closer ladder. I think that would have been a bit better of a backup, but I also don't know if she knows there's a ladder over there because it's kind of obscure.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. Just had to take a second to compose.
Just gotta breathe in and breathe out. I respect it, Fullaire. I respect it.
One more for RBB. Oh, baby.
Yo, DeChristen, you owe me $30 plus interest.
Oh?
Pay up, gamer.
Oh my god, Fullaire's 1 health! Oh no! She died! Oh, 1 health going into that room is just so terrible. Uh-oh.
It's over.
Uh-oh.
Fullaire.
Yeah, that's not good.
She went for it. You gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hopefully she keeps going. Yeah, it looks like she has been defeated by the RBB.
Rusty bug. I was about to literally say, all right, RBB's over. All the trash levels are over, but she had 4 more notes to grab.
Ah, I know. That room always is just so terrible.
It is. You always want to go in there with general rule of thumb. Probably 3 HP is pretty safe.
She did have 3
Because-
HP, but then she got bit by the Champa.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, she got bit by the last Champa and then jumped down and took damage off the dude.
Because sometimes, like, you'll go in there with, like, 2 HP, and then one of those dudes will hit you, which is, like, whatever. But the camera sucks, and, like, you can't see the other guy, and he'll just come up right behind you.
Yeah.
But if you have, like, 3 HP in there, and you do get hit twice, by that point, the camera usually fixes itself.
Yeah. I've had quite a few deaths in that room, and it just always feels like so terrible every single time. Yeah, I sent her an at in the Discord, so we'll see.
Maybe her controller got disconnected.
I don't think so.
Your joke got buried. Why do cows have hooves instead of feet? Because they lactose. Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Why didn't...
I'm lactose intolerant to that joke. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop commentating now.
See if I can think of anything.
Sparing that bird's life on accident.
Killing spring birds, people think.
Why didn't the lifeguard save the drowning hippie?
Why?
Because he was too far out.
Wow.
I don't get it.
When he swam out to get him, what did the hippie say to him?
I'm joking.
Namaste.
Nah.
Fullaire said she's done.
Yeah, I'll pull her in.
Boo. Don't boo his joke.
Hello, Fullaire.
Hi, Fullaire.
I hate everything.
Yeah, I
You-
would too.
You definitely had a, you definitely were given the full runaround by the game. Like, when you were going around, I didn't even notice you didn't slap open that second
I forgot. I didn't even notice it either. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And the worst part is I was on PB pace. I didn't even start my timer. I was like, but I knew I was on PB pace. I was like, this is bad. This is so bad.
We were looking at your.
That's
Sorry, go
the
on.
exact moment where you can see the mental damage take place. Like, it was just downhill from there.
Yeah, I saw you jump at the window, and I was like, "Oh, you're jumping at the closed window." I was like, "Oh no, stop it! She's already dead." And then, where do you split after MMM? Do you split as you leave the level, or do you split on the reset?
I split as I leave the level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw you split when you left the level, and I was just like, "You're still just like barely behind after that." I was just like, "Oh, that just must feel just so terrible."
I know. I was like, whatever. Who cares? I don't. It's okay. Just die.
That was a solid run, though. Like, you made the one mistake in TTC, and everything else was great.
Yeah, I was really far ahead out of FP. I was like looking at that. I was like, oh, this is a good run.
See, like, I think that should be motivating, though, because, like, you made that huge mistake in TTC and Mansion, and you were still PB pace after that. Like, you were only 30 behind.
Yeah, I know. I was like, out of Gobies, I was like, oh, this is still technically ahead. And I was like, but this run's garbage. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it shows your potential, though. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, 216 is free.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much time you had to save in all your levels. Like, when you were going through Mansion, I was just like, she has a minute 10 to save in Mansion. And then you had
Yep.
another full minute to save in Gobies, I think.
I have like 30 seconds in like 3 levels. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then engine room struck again. Were you just trying to get through the fan, or did you notice? It looked like you were going at that first fan at a little bit of an angle, but was
I
it
mean,
just
sometimes
like...
it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I was like, like whatever. There's no point in trying to lose more time. Like I should try to do things faster, but
Yeah. When you're behind during a race, you do need to kind of like go for a little bit of YOLO stuff to like get a little bit ahead, but Chile's had a pretty good run going himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been bleeding time since Mad Monster Mansion. Like I think he was almost 40 seconds ahead at one point, but now he's only -1 second out of Spring 1, so...
yeah, I was just, like, I knew, like, going into this, I was like, I have not improved nearly as much as, like, Chile has, so I'm like, the best I can do is hopefully finish a run and maybe PB, because, like, winning is kind of, like, off the table, especially whenever an Xbox, like, runner has a way better PB. You know, there's nothing there that can go wrong that they can't recover from.
Just gotta take it all, SMS right after this, double or nothing.
Yeah.
best two
baby.
out of 3, counterpick the game, right?
No.
Go for the de-stressed SMS bingo.
No, that's called going to sleep.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
felt
it's
that one.
almost midnight for you, right?
Yeah.
11:55.
No, I was like in the middle of this run, and my mom comes up and she like brings me a plate of like snacks and some wine, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
Oh, the wine. That would explain this. That would explain it.
No, I didn't start drinking it until now. I was like,
Yeah. Just leave the bottle. That's funny. That sounds comfy though. All I have when I play Tourney is just like, oh, gotta open a level, run to the fridge, grab a drink of water.
Maybe she was trying to pamper you so you could pamper her on Mother's Day.
maybe.
4 minutes until for the East Coasters.
Yeah, Claire saying your mom was paid off by Chile to distract you.
She does this all the time. It doesn't matter. I'm like, Mom, you gotta stop. I don't need snacks. I can't eat in the middle of speedrunning.
How dare you? If my mom lived with me and brought me snacks, I'd say hell yeah.
I mean, I do feel that, but I'm like, I really like want to eat the food, and I'm like in the middle of a run, and I'm just like, I
Right.
can't eat it.
You know, if you like take your hand off for 1 second, you're done.
Well-
The concentration's gone.
Whoever said you had to eat with your hands? You could just put the plate right in front of you on your desk.
Have you eat like a sandwich with no hands before? I just would love to see it.
See, I haven't, but that's not a bad idea. Like, I might have to try that one.
I feel like it would be really hard to see the game if you were like trying to eat a sandwich with your face.
Well, no,
at the
you do it
table.
between loading zones, right? Because this game has like 3-second loading zones, so you can't really take your hands off. But like, I mean,
the
my method
N64
would work.
controller has like that third prong, right? You could like wedge the sandwich like between the middle one and the left, the
no,
left handle.
you could tape a fork to that,
Yeah,
and then you could like eat mac and cheese.
I've
during the run, dude.
I feel like you'd have to stab things though, because I mean, while you're playing, you just kind of tilt the controller down, take a stab, and then tilt it back up and like put it in your mouth, right? I feel like if you were like scooping, you'd have to do this weird motion. I don't think it would work.
You could make it work. You could put it on the top of the controller, maybe. Oh, but then I guess that wouldn't work though, because like you'd go to put it in your mouth and it would fall on you.
I don't know. We'll have to address this at a later date. Come back with some scientific research.
This is an important issue.
I just feel like you should pay like someone to just sit there and like feed you, you know, in the middle of the room.
But
I mean,
that
that's
means-
just easy.
that's-
Like your mom comes in, drops snacks. You're just like sit. Mouth goes open. Stick the cracker and cheese in. Don't
Yeah,
talk to
no,
me. I'm
that's-
trying to concentrate.
Your mom starts burping you on stream like you're a baby.
It's a little weird.
That would be very weird. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So what's Chili been doing?
He's been zooming through this fall.
Yeah, he's just been
Solid.
cruising through autumn. I don't think there's a whole lot to say right now. Hasn't been getting hit.
Maybe the reason that he's cruising through fall is because he's eating a sandwich without his hands. Maybe that's how he got his energy. Did you think about that?
Doubtful. Press
You
X.
doubt it?
Doubt.
Guarantee you're wrong. $5.
I mean,
Okay,
in
I
this
feel like
day
the
and
only way-
age, we got people speedrunning with their feet, right? So, I mean, he could be eating with his hands.
You could just blend the sandwich and drink it.
Yo, let's take that one step further, GDO. Maybe he's speedrunning with his hands and eating with his feet. Like, maybe he's got, like, monkey feet with, like, opposable thumbs.
That's... Ooh, taking it safe. I mean, yeah,
I mean, it's
Can't
not...
Feet up to my
it's
mouth.
quite a big
Hell.
range of motion. I think there's a lot of people that would rather not, like, imagine picking up a sandwich with their toes. It just doesn't sound appealing in any way.
I mean, yeah. Fair point, fair point. Maybe to be clean, he's got, like, those socks that have, like, little gloves for the toes.
Little Velcros. I don't know. I feel like we're exploring territory that doesn't need to be explored.
I don't know. I feel like mankind's been kind of at a halt lately, and I think it's because we haven't been focusing on these issues.
I don't know what's worse though, imagining someone eating a sandwich with their feet, or like imagining what Fullaire said and just like blending the sandwich up and just drinking it. Like, you get one of
Yeah,
those
that
like
would work.
extra large like Slurpee straws to kind of get all
Oh no,
the
you get one of the
chunks
cowboy
down.
hats with the
Yeah.
straws in it.
The what?
Have you not seen those? Oh, there's like these there used to be people that like would wear these in my old school, but it was like it's like this hat, and it's like a cowboy hat, and both sides of the hat have like 2 cups and like huge straws that can go from like the hat to your mouth.
Oh, like the
It's
beer
meant for
stein
like
hats.
water.
I thought it was
But-
meant for beer.
I mean, I've seen like trucker hats that
There's-
have that. Like, I've never seen a
There's
cowboy
ones
hat.
meant for beer too.
I feel like a cowboy hat would provide more stability because it's bigger, right? But
Yeah, like kind of like the
my
one in
grandpa
that
had one of those
SpongeBob
hats.
episode. He was number one.
I always remember as a kid seeing those kind of hats and wanting one, but I mean, now it's
Those were
just
cool.
like, well, I can just carry around a can and just drink out of it.
What if? Okay, wait. You could. Okay, so instead of all those options, because they all kind of suck, you could kind of like make something that's like you hang it around your neck and it's like chin level. You have a board and you just put your food on there, so then you can just dip your head down and eat it off the board. Like you'd have to do like Cheez-Its or something, like chips. You couldn't do like a burger. But
I feel
you
like
could make it work.
harmonicas have that kind of like rest, so it's like right there in front of your mouth. I feel like
Yeah,
that
just
exists,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What's have that?
Harmonicas. Like
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
that's their setup. So then like you could just buy harmonica, that's quality content right there, and then you also put a sandwich on it. So then you finish your sandwich, you put a harmonica.
Does the little
People
thing that
like-
like keeps the harmonica on your face like part of the harmonica though, or is it like a little like stand you get with it?
I feel like you should be able to move your face away from it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
People who can play harmonica are like unironically some of the most intelligent people. I don't understand. I sent him a get well soon card.
That's funny. That one's actually funny. I like that one.
That one's pretty good.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
How
Oh,
does
yeah, what-
Vagrant know I'm not smiling already?
When I imagined like a sandwich sitting on like a harmonica stand on your face, like I was just like, why don't we just like skip the steps and just get one of those like feed bags that, you know, like horses wear kind of thing. Just open your mouth and there's food right there.
That would be epic.
I feel like it doesn't work with anything other than like oats, but you could fill it with like cereal, I guess.
Like people have literally been eating the same way for like centuries, dude. Like it needs to change. It's boring. Just me.
I don't know how else would you eat, like, as I'm just trying to think about.
Like I don't know, like we're so proper, like we use forks and knives and spoons and like
So,
plates.
you're telling me you're gonna go order some spaghetti at some Italian restaurant and be like, nah, no fork, I'm eating this with my hands now.
Absolutely, yeah. Like
You know,
just,
You will
like,
you will
go-
not do this.
I don't do it, but I'm saying we should. Like it should be like the normal thing to do.
I mean,
think
if civilization was advancing to the point where people were doing this, I feel like if you order spaghetti from a restaurant, it would be served with like these special spaghetti gloves.
Or
Like that
spaghetti gloves.
wouldn't like, you know, get dyed red all the time. Like they'd have to
Why not?
have like some sort of special like film or
Disposable
something.
gloves that already exist would be fine.
What if
I mean,
you
I
fill
guess
the
disposable
gloves
gloves,
with
but-
spaghetti?
I don't know. I just wanted to say spaghetti gloves.
I like the thought of spaghetti gloves.
Or, you know how they have those, like, as seen on TV products, like the bread gloves? Like, you could get something like that, except it would be, like, garlic bread gloves. So you, like, grab the spaghetti and then take a bite of garlic bread and spaghetti.
That would be so cool. That is like utopia right there. That's utopia material. Garlic bread gloves.
Okay, so at this point, I think that all clothing should be made out of food, and throughout the day, you pretty much just eat your food, which is your clothing, and then by the end of the day, you have no clothes, but it's fine because it's the end of the day.
Right, like so you start the day off like
I feel like they
fully
started this
clothed-
trend when they came up with the idea of edible underwear.
Right, but who wears shirts made out of food and, like, pants? I'm telling you, you wear what you eat throughout the day.
that would be
Just
so
eat
epic.
it throughout the day.
Yeah, you just continually eat your clothes.
I feel like that would, like, it's later on in the day, you're just like, oh man, I gotta go out and get groceries or something, and then I guess I gotta splurge into tomorrow's shirt.
Into tomorrow's spaghetti string shirt.
I don't know what. When I'm imagining, like, you know, clothes made out of food, I'm just imagining, like, you know, the same kind of, like, fruit candy that, like, Fruit by the Foot and Fruit Roll-Up are made out of, except just, like, fashioned into, like, you know, a suit kind of thing.
If you wore like gummy bear shoes, would you have resisted fall damage?
Now, eating shoes, I don't know. You have to walk in them, and then they touch your feet, and then you gotta eat them. Like, ugh. Anyway, Chili's out a winner.
He's at a good FP. He's at a very solid FP. I don't know if he's on PB pace, but I'm assuming he is.
Yep,
Well,
that was a good FP there.
He's in Click Clock, not FP, so.
Right. It was winter. My mind saw snow.
Yeah, Winter, FP, they're almost the same thing.
Winter.
Same level.
Same thing.
Who won the past Novice tournament? I think it was
Yeah,
Gage, yeah. I think. Yeah, it was Gage. It was Gage. Because Schlongster doesn't have the VIP. Schlongster was second, and I thought I was going to win, but then I made some terrible, terrible mistakes. That was not a good race I had in loser final versus Schlongster.
Wait, is Nate still in the call, or is he just chatting now?
I'm here.
He's here.
Hi, Nate.
He's just been absorbing
He's
absorbing the
He's
conversation.
been here the whole time eating his shirt made out of pasta.
Yeah, JJ.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that rocket.
It landed in the Indian Ocean. We're all saved.
We're straight chilling. Let's go.
Alright, Chile minus 30. Well, he got a gold split in both winter and spring, too.
Ooh. Feel
Currently
bad for him
39
when he has
seconds
to run
ahead.
against this to 2 CCW golds.
He could PB, but he died to Grunty earlier today, so.
I feel like he could still save a bunch of time in his spring, too, though. His B clip out of the hive was a little bit slow.
It was kind of slow, yeah.
Well, now we're going into Furnace Fun. Hopefully we'll not see any picture questions.
What if he gets like? Never mind.
What, a Grunty question, right?
Two
That would
picture
be
questions
unfortunate.
calling it. Yikes.
I'm calling 0, but he gets the first ever Xbox soft lock.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just think that being the first person to ever soft lock on Xbox during
That is an achievement. Like, would you even feel bad about losing PB?
Oh my god, the transition between pictures and board is so fast on Xbox.
I know. That's so
Crazy.
nice.
Slapper the massive
Slapper
whale?
the massive whale? Chili, what?
Why?
What the hell, man?
At least the other two are real characters from the game.
It's just RNG manipulation.
Ooh, he got the frame.
It was calculated. Come on. Any second now. Alright.
Ah, it was a picture question.
Ow. PB dead.
Man, I would be very sad if I was him.
Yep. Alright, there's one. Are we gonna see a second one? Hopefully not.
Did that kill PB?
Probably.
R.I.P. in peace.
It was a second picture
Who
question.
called it? Who called it? That was Vagrant. He called it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right, he's
Oh.
going to the third one.
Dung Brown. Go with it.
Nope.
If he can
Tuna.
get past the Grunny Square. Oh, there he goes.
I have no audio, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he can get it on the third one. Third time's the charm, right?
Come on.
Dang, if only I hadn't died, this was close the whole time. This 3 picture questions would have really helped.
That
Yeah.
really would have, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Whatever. Too late. It's too late at this point.
No.
to even worry about what ifs.
Just start playing right now. Maybe you'll make a comeback. You never know.
Nah.
He could die on Grunty for the next 2 hours. You never know.
You think it's gonna take me 2 hours to go from RVB to the end of the game?
No, for some reason I was thinking from the beginning of the game.
That would be epic, though.
Yeah. Winner of the tournament gets 100 Dogecoin.
100 Dogecoin is worth a lot of money these days.
It's not bad. Yeah, I would take it. Be a good prize.
Anyone thinking 50-second time loss?
No, I think he'll nail it.
Nice.
There he goes.
Got him.
GG to the man.
Yeah, Lord Fluffy, it was an unfortunate turn of events. Alright, Chile going from minus 39.6 to plus 101.
Rip.
That's always fun. Why my
Yeah.
glasses? If you take my glasses away, then I can't see anything. Like, I'm so blind, I can barely read chat without my glasses.
That sucks. I can see fine without my glasses, it's just a little blurry. I'm very nearsighted.
I can play the game without them, but I can't read chat because chat's so small. But like, if I go to like the beach or something, like, I'm chilling with no glasses.
Oh, Chile.
Chewie, you don't have a game.
I remember for a long time I was just like, I don't need glasses, I'm fine. And then one day I was just like sitting in class just being like, I can't read anything.
I didn't even
Any
know I was
glasses?
blind until the doctor told me I was. And I was like, fine, I'll wear glasses. And then ever since, I can't go back to not wearing them. Like, I swear I had no issues seeing the whiteboard or anything until I started wearing glasses.
I could not see the prof's overhead like anymore. I was just like, gotta go get my eyes checked.
Oof.
Oh no, Chili,
rough.
not
Yeah.
again.
Chili's flying section is being very unfortunate. I think he has. Oh no! Grunny stops.
Dude! Do it!
It's like a
Get
replica of.
Almost
Nice.
like, dang, this is rough.
Don't go for it. Don't go for it. No,
Yeah,
don't go for it.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
He had just enough feathers to finish up the flying section.
Oh,
Oh, he took off though.
That's funny.
Oh,
What?
but he dropped.
It's just like, even though this looks really bad, like I still couldn't even PB, like, or beat this time that like the pace he's on. Even I was just like, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you
what is
never
this, like-
know. You could have got some like amazing gold splits and click clock.
No. I feel like there's not a whole lot of time if I even have him click lock. I have to do like a different route that I don't even know to like do things faster.
You should learn soft lock. It sucks.
Don't learn something.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
What are your time saves in Quick Clock? I
Um,
saw that your RBB is gold, which is unfortunate.
yeah. RBB usually is pretty consistent for me though, if I don't mess things up, obviously. But like for like spring is like gold is like a 545, and then summer is a 442, and then autumn's like a 712. Winter is like a 338. So like pretty much do everything pretty basically novice.
Yeah. Do you do both the winter clips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Baby.
sounded crisp. Whatever
Oh,
that
this?
was. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm rubbing my hands together because they're tingling a little bit.
It sounds like a nail file.
And GG.
GG. Oh, I need to stop my
Sean?
time too. Chile finishes with a 2:15:09.
Closing off the Banjo Race Novice Tournament.
Nice.
2. The second one.
Yeah.
Number 2. GG.
Ayo, Chile.
GG.
GG's.
You love those
GG's.
picture questions, don't you?
Yeah, that's just the Banjo-Kazooie way right there.
Yeah. Sucks to lose your PB pace there, but I gotta ask, why on your first
Yeah,
music
that's just the
question
Banjo-Kazooie way
did
right
you
there.
answer Slapper the Whale? Like,
I don't know. I had a complete brain
Yeah.
confusion.
out
at
of
least
the
pick
two
up the character.
characters that exist like in the game.
I don't know why I did that. I have no explanation for you.
Yeah, it was just really funny because we were like, okay, that's Snapper. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got the big snippet. Okay, it's 50-50 if he doesn't know, and then you just it's just funny watching you go down to the second one.